How long have you been working out?
Well, let's see, since I was 11.
11?
Yeah, and I'm 60 now, so, right? What's a muscle up? It's a pull-up, it's a transition, and it's a dip.
Yep.
Right? Get good at pull-ups, get good at dips. Then work on your transition.
Video today, guys, it's not going to be a crazy exercise. It's going to be a beautiful one that teaches you how to gain the knowledge so you can change your muscle groups so you can either build muscle or burn fat. How? With no weights, with no gym. This is all you need, guys. Different variations of pulls, just so that you can understand the pull-up.
Broly do his pull-ups. You notice his core was engaged at the top, right? But even at the bottom. Those are proper pull-ups. Proper shorties, proper full range of motion. One of the things that I always talk about is, yeah, that's time under tension right there.
Exactly.
Say now if you can't do a pull-up, right? You're talking about it for beginners. I like using rings personally, because rings, since they're not fixed, your body works really hard to stabilize. Sure, when you're doing these things properly, the last thing you want to do is, but the most sustainable way of training, and the best way of training is using your body weight and moving your body through space. Plus working on balance there too.
Absolutely, stabilize the muscles
and
all engaged. Absolutely. Very important to isolate your legs. Train single legs.
Yeah.
Put it all together, and you'll be not only super powerful, but the most important part besides these exercises is your diet.
Oh man, it's over.
What's your diet like?
My diet is...
Yo, guys, we are back again with another one. And on top of this beautiful, exploding video, I got a crazy special guest for you guys. Shout out to my guy, Central Park Joe in the building.
Sir, Central Park Joe out here. BrOlyGainz. I can't believe I'm here with BrOlyGainz.
Yo, shout out to my guy, Central Park Joe, guys. I met him on Saturday at 161 Park, and we decided to collab, and now here we are. Yeah. But this video today, guys, is not going to be a crazy exercise. It's going to be a beautiful one that teaches you how to gain the knowledge, to gain the muscle groups, to gain the knowledge so you can change your muscle groups so you can either build muscle or burn fat. How? With no weights, with no gym. This is all you need, guys. Shout out to my guy, Joe, first of all, and we're gonna talk about calisthenics, guys. First of all, the basics. Let's get to the basics. How long have you been working out?
Well, let's see, since I was 11.
11?
Yeah, and I'm 60 now, so I actually stopped for about 5 years when I was in my 30s. So that's for another story. That's for when you do the podcast. We'll talk about all that stuff. That wasn't a good time in my life.
Let's go.
So it's pretty much my whole life I've been doing this.
Nice.
Weights, calisthenics, you name it, I've done it.
Nice.
And I've concluded that the most sustainable way of training and the best way of training is using your body weight and moving your body through space. So let's go back to the beginning, and we'll talk about how to get started in calisthenics. So the beauty of calisthenics is all you need is your body.
That's it.
And the outdoors, the great outdoors.
Any type of element that you see, a bar, the ground,
for sure,
a seat, a chair, something like this you can use. How? What would you recommend certain people to, if they don't know, especially if you're overweight and you can't do a pull-up? Before we even get into different type of weight classes, let me show you the basics.
Okay.
We have pull-ups.
Yep.
Woo. Different variations of pulls, just so that you can understand the pull-up. After that, we have push-ups. If you didn't know this is a push-up, you know, now you know. But dips. And of course, squats, guys. Now, you may ask, like, hey, what about the core? I didn't see you do any core exercises. Doesn't those exercises hit the core?
Well and truly, especially if you're executing them properly. So for instance, here, I'll get up on the pull-up bar in a second, and I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about. And actually, this was a great refresher. I was watching some videos of Broly and Bam. Shout out to Bam.
Shout out to my brother Google Pump.
And I was watching their core as they're doing pull-ups, and I noticed something very unique. So for instance, when you just saw BrOly do his pull-ups. You notice his core was engaged at the top, right? But even at the bottom,
very important, guys.
Full extension. Lock that rib cage down. You may not be able to do as many reps.
I'm trying to get his feet.
You're going to do them perfect. And that's going to translate into a rock solid core. My core is sore like I just did 1,000 sit-ups this week because of that.
Because of the pull-ups, guys.
And so again, go ahead.
Each of these exercises, you have to engage your core. Even if you don't engage your core, when you're going to your last rep, your core get engaged. So no matter what, you start working on your core. But a lot of people get confused as far as what is a proper pull-up, what is a proper push-up, what is the proper form. Now, I'm going to do this from the back, so you can see it. Now, I was taught that that's a proper pull-up, right? But then you can go even higher than that. Feel me? But I noticed that when I do shorties, I get a bigger pump. And I noticed that bodybuilders do pull-ups like
absolutely.
that. So there is no incorrect form to do these movements. You are always working on some type of muscle group. As you can see, even if I do full range of motion, shorties, even at the top or at the bottom, different muscle groups is being worked. So no matter what, I'm putting in some type of exercise. I'm putting in some type of pain in, and it's going to change my body.
For sure, and those are proper pull-ups. Proper shorties, proper full range of motion. One of the things that I always talk about is advanced training is mastering the basics.
That's a fact.
If you master the basic pull-ups, the basic push-up, the basic squat, and the basic dip, that's going to set you up for maximum gains and minimum injuries. Because oftentimes we talk about consistency, but consistency is good only if you're doing the high quality reps consistently.
That's a fact.
Because if you're doing junky reps, if you're using improper form, you're not going to make gains, and you're going to be injured, and you're not going to be able to train at all, and you're going to say, well, calisthenics is BS, which it's not. So again, you don't want to, when you saw BrOly doing the pull-ups, the scapula was retracting.
Retracted the scapula, guys. You see, notice that.
Protracting at the bottom.
Protracting at the bottom, yep.
You wasn't going into any type of shoulder flexion or any of that stuff. You wasn't doing any chicken necking.
All my muscles are engaged at that moment. I'm not relaxing, so that if I do any type of power movement after that, I won't be liable to injury.
Absolutely.
And that's very important, guys. One of the things that people I see touch on a lot is muscle ups. And I find that guys focus on trying to train for a muscle up, but do not understand that building and mastering the basics is how you're able to adapt. Because your body, what happens is adapts to these muscles, adapts to these exercises, and then you're able to level up, right or wrong?
Absolutely.
So a pull-up, guys, as I said, some people could do this, some people could do this, some people could do this. When you can see yourself going all the way to your stomach, then you can do a muscle up. If you're not able to pull to your stomach consistently, and look at the rep, I did other pull-ups and then still pull to my stomach. So breathe. Quality reps. Taking my time. Nice and slow is the fastest way to grow.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Same thing with the push-ups, guys. There is no incorrect way to do push-ups. If I'm doing it like this, I'm still working on my chest, pumping crazy amount of blood to the muscle groups for it to have a crazy pump.
Yeah, that's time under tension right there.
Exactly. Same thing if I switch the variation of push-ups. Full range of motion helps you with symmetry. Body symmetry, your body doesn't come naturally symmetrical, so you have to work on these things by doing full range of motion.
Sure. But say now if you can't do a pull-up, right? You're talking about it for beginners. Let's go on over here.
Oh yeah. Now this is if you're overweight or you don't have the strength to be able to do a pull-up at all. Many women can't do pull-ups when they first start off.
Well, not many people can. So what you want to do is regress your pulling. I like using rings personally because rings give you freedom of movement. They help mitigate any type of overuse injury.
And they activate your stabilizing muscles.
Absolutely. Since they're not fixed, your body works really hard to stabilize. So this is where I would start if you can't do pull-ups. Now the way you can make this easier is move your feet back, right? So that changes the angle, takes some of the weight off. Or move it up as you get stronger. And once you get to a point where you're, say, almost horizontal, then you can move on into the pull-up.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, so don't discount rings, man. Rings are very important.
Mastering these type of exercises will allow you to not only build muscle and look good, but you'll be able to advance to other skill training as far as muscle ups and other calisthenic skills as well.
Sure, when you're doing these things properly, the last thing you want to do is add load onto dysfunction. In other words, the harder you make an exercise, the worse you're executing it, the bigger the chance for you to get injured.
Yeah.
So start out doing the reps properly, doing the basics properly, and build from there. Break it down into chunks, right? What's a muscle up? It's a pull-up, it's a transition, and it's a dip, right? Get good at pull-ups, get good at dips. Then work on your transition.
That's it, and you put it all together. But let's talk about one more thing before we end the video. The most important thing that everyone loves to skip.
Oh no.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh no. We're gonna go into the sun for this one. But...
Leg day, man. Leg day, guys. So I haven't touched the bar in over a month, right? Meaning the weights. So I came back to America and I went to the gym and I touched some weights just for the legs to see how it would feel. First thing I did was some squats, went up to 4 plates, go for pump and I.
Is that 405?
Yes, 4 or 5, and then we deadlift up to 4 plates. But then after that, our legs was feeling okay, but we still didn't feel too much pain. So what we did was this type of things. Kicks.
Oh, I love it.
Affecting quads,
hip flexors,
the hip flexors, the pelvic area. And what's more challenging is keeping it there after the kick. Now, this is one way to not only affect your quads so it could grow, but it's very important to train single legs to affect your testosterone or your estrogen if you want your body to change. Now, this is not the only kick you can do. There's side kicks. What do you think happens there? Look at the open. Look how it opens up. Your hip flexors, your abductors, and it's super important because when you don't utilize these muscle groups, you lose them eventually. So when you get older, you're wondering why you're walking like this. It's because you're not doing none of these.
I love it, man. I love it.
These. And you'll see people in the gym with the weights like this, you know. Hey, guess what that is? A back kick. Feel me? Don't even put your foot on the ground. Get that hamstring popping. Get that hamstring popping.
Plus working on balance there too.
Absolutely, stabilize the muscles
and
all engaged. Absolutely. Very important to isolate your legs. Train single legs. Put it all together, and you'll be not only super powerful, but you'll affect your body even more. As a child, you go from a boy to being a man because of testosterone, not because of weights.
Exactly. Think of every single sport that we play. It's basically played on one leg at a time.
Exactly.
Running is a series of single leg jumps. Anything we do, we're on one leg. Fighting, anything.
So then, it's very important when you get better, you do tricks. You feel me?
Look out, man. Ready for the
You can do little tricks,
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's super important. It's not just incorporating weights, guys, but your body weight. This will change your body the fastest. And the most important part besides these exercises is your diet.
Oh man, it's over.
What's your diet like?
My diet is very simple. I have a very bad stomach and it doesn't tolerate really any processed foods. It doesn't tolerate, believe it or not, like things like kale, spinach, tear my insides up. Broccoli, cauliflower. It's very basic. I eat carrots. I eat lots of fruit. I love fruit. Fruit to me, fruit just is meant to be eaten. You know, it's just one of those things. So it's watermelon.
That's our natural dessert.
Yeah, watermelon, bananas, oranges, apples. Those are my 4 main fruits that I eat. Then I eat carrots. I love carrots, and my stomach can digest them. I do eat eggs. I eat hard-boiled eggs. I eat chicken. I really don't eat much of anything else. A little bit of sweet potatoes here and there. Once a week, I treat myself. And this is crazy.
What's that?
My big treat is rice cakes.
Let's go.
Right? Other people, they're getting big treats. They're eating ice cream and all cake and candy. I just eat rice cakes. That's my big treat.
Let's go.
Any type of like cheat day for me, it's just I'll eat a little bit more of what I normally eat. So if I'm going to eat 2 or 3 bananas in a day, maybe I'll eat 6.
Let's go.
Instead of half a watermelon, I'll eat the whole watermelon.
Let's go.
This morning I had a half a watermelon before I came. This is what I love. You know? So it's very basic. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't take any drugs. I drink water and I drink a little bit of coffee in the morning.
That's old. Look at him.
Yeah,
how old?
60.
60 years old. What are you doing at home? Sitting down on the couch?
No.
Are you eating cookies and chips at the same damn time?
Get your behind up.
No.
Let's go.
Yeah. Get up. Get out.
What
right?
your skincare? What kind of?
Skincare.
Yeah.
I got in trouble. I got in big trouble on Bam's channel.
For what?
Because I said that I really don't like using a lot of chemicals on my face or my body. And the comments, oh man.
Don't forget the comments.
Right.
Because a lot of times people don't understand these chemicals are not only going on our skin, but seeping into our skin and going into our blood system and then causing different effects to our bodies, and we're not even aware of this.
I use soap, I use shampoo, I use toothpaste, I use deodorant, I use all that every day, but I don't depend on those things for my skincare routine. For me, it's from within. Our skin is a reflection of what we're eating and drinking and our lifestyle. Like if you're not getting enough rest, if you're eating garbage, if you're drinking and partying, that's going to manifest itself in wrinkles, in ashy skin. You know, then that's when they sell those companies sell those $100 creams.
Very true, yep.
It's too
they're gonna
late
make
at
millions
that
and millions of dollars from it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't use any of that stuff. I mean,
but be aware, guys, of the products that you're using. Try checking out the ingredients that it has, and it's super important not to only on the products of the skincare that you use, but to look at the ingredients in the food that you're eating.
For sure.
And being aware of what those things do to your body. For example, I don't know if you know, but Gatorade. Which has R40. R40. This is a chemical that affects people's brain that makes them a little bit more, especially people who are melanated. They make them a little bit more angry, make them a little bit more emotional, they make them have rage for some reason. And this is Gatorade is given out to almost every body when they're drinking, or I mean when they're competing in any type of sport, or especially an athlete. So look at that, guys. You know, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but when you go to other countries, these chemicals are banned from their it's banned from those even from that type of. They have Gatorade, but they don't have that. You know what I mean? So it's super important to know what you're eating. It's way more important than the exercise because you are what you eat.
Because the food coloring they use in those products as well, it's the same coloring that they're using in Clorox, Windex. That when you see a blue container of Windex, that same blue stuff they're putting in the blue Gatorade.
Yeah, that's in your food. Yo, guys, make sure you smash that like button with no mercy. Smash that subscribe button with no mercy, and go to my guy Joe page and go smash that subscribe button with no mercy. Smash that like button with no mercy. Let's go. We are only spreading knowledge so that we can not only change ourselves but change the world, guys. So share this video and make sure you subscribe to my guy page. Thank you for the collab, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you too. Word.
Awesome.
I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am true.